Hey folks, welcome back from our Stationeers. Sorry that the video is late this week. There's a very good reason for that, and that reason is that I'm really bad at managing my time. So there was an update very recently. Talk about that a little bit. Just the high points here. Got some notes. First, and this is a big one for me, they have fixed dragging objects. If you ever picked up an atmospheric gas tank or one of those portable tanks, picking those up is you're rolling the dice and taking your life in your hands when you do that. However, apparently they have fixed that. I haven't tested it, but I am hopeful that it is no longer a danger to pick those up. Another update, they have added the ability to place objects on both sides of walls. I've never really needed to do that myself, but apparently it's been a heavily requested feature. So now, like a wall such as these, you can place objects on the back side of them, simply by facing the back side when you place the object. What else did they add? They have revamped how fire works. Fires are no longer instantaneous explosive conflagrations. It spreads slower. It's a little more realistic, I think. A little more manageable for sure. And in addition to this, they've added nitrous oxide as an oxidizer. And if you use nitrous oxide instead of oxygen in a fuel mixture, you get much higher temperatures and pressures. That's something I haven't experimented with, and frankly don't think I will anytime soon. But it's good to know that there is an option to burn your volatiles more completely and hotter. What else we got? Also the nitrous oxide, they have alluded to being able to use it to induce unconsciousness, which I think is a step toward their long-term stated goal of medical features within the game. As I've mentioned in the past, your character in Stationeers actually has lungs and presumably other organs as well. But I do know that lungs are definitely in the game, and at present the only way to heal any sort of injuries other than just over time if you have a serious injury is with the medical pill. We should see in the future actual organ transplants and things like that have been mentioned, so I'm interested in seeing where they take that. But at this point, the only real medical aspect other than the medical pill is of course now you can induce unconsciousness or general anesthesia with nitrous oxide, or at least that's something that they sort of alluded to anyway. They've also added a new logic gate. They said it was on the logic IO, but I don't think it is. Maybe it is. Let me find some place to stick this. No, it's not on the logic IO. It's actually on the logic processor. So the unary math processor now has, or maybe it's under logic compare, I'm not sure. I think that now has a not. It's not that one. There it is. Yeah, a not function on the math unit. And now we have a logic gate. Now, a lot of this is stuff that you can already do with the IC10 code, but didn't exist in the logic chips. So we've got the usual logic tests, AND, OR, XOR, NAND. And those work as you would expect, just like the AND function in the IC10 code. So if we set it to AND, we've got our two inputs. The state of this, the output of this will be a 1 if both inputs are a 1 or a non-zero, I guess. Haven't experimented with these yet. I'm sure they'll come in handy in the future though. But that's not all, I think. Let me check my notes. Yeah, most of it is just updates and polish. Stationpedia, they have added, they've improved the performance of it, and they've also improved the search function where you can search for words or phrases. Not sure what I would use for an example here, but the search feature's been expanded and improved, and the Stationpedia's stability or performance has been improved. In addition to that, there have also been changes to multiplayer. That is an ongoing thing. There are still issues that they're working on there, but they have made some fixes and some performance improvements there. And just general optimizations to the game overall. Particularly with regards to how the world grid handles atmospheric chunks and other things to improve performance and prevent bugs and weird atmospheric glitches. So that's the new update. So what are we covering today? Today, we're going to do a couple of little things. Let's get suited up.
Temperature critical. Pressure critical.
And we are going to start by expanding our battery charger situation here. Before I do that though, I want to make a bit of an improvement. Let's go ahead and get this moved out of the airlock. We're going to start moving away from these small batteries like this. We're going to replace them with large batteries now that we're a little bit better off with regards to our materials we have available. But also, I hope to improve the power situation over at the materials processing building. Before I do anything, though, I'm going to run over there and grab something new. New to this base, at any rate. Got some parts here for later, but what we're concerned with right now is this fuse. Before I go adding any more load to this power system, I want to go ahead and see if we can prevent burned wires. So, as I mentioned in the previous video, I believe it was the last video, I have had a couple of instances of burned wires at the materials processing building during some testing, not during actual recording like I'm doing now. And in those cases, I thought it was a little strange. but having learned a little more about it, I think I know what happened. So people have been talking about how they'll actually put their APC before the transformer. The transformer limits your current, but the APC doesn't do that. So with the battery backup in it, there's only, in this case, 4,900 watts coming through this transformer, but this thing has a battery in it. And if you have enough equipment to pull more than 5 kilowatts, then it will allow it to pull more than 5 from this source. Now that will cause it to lose power over time because you're pulling more than's coming through the transformer, but you won't do it for long because you're going to burn a wire. So we're going to put us in a fuse here. My hope is that I won't need to access this fuse with any regularity. Hmm. Does this require a fuse holder? It's been a while since I've actually used one of these. Well, let's check the new Stationpedia. It doesn't appear to. Oh, wait. Ah, it attaches to a wire. Okay. We're going to set that to the 5 kilowatt size. And now, if we pull more than 5 kilowatts, the failure point should be right here. So if we ever have no power inside the building and all of this has power, then we'll know to check that fuse. All right, so now that we've done that, let's go ahead and rearrange all this. I think in order to make room for it, we're just going to remove this one and maybe move it up. I think I want to pull this frame out though to get a good handle on where this wiring goes. I think that's okay. Hmm. It's just a corner. Uh-oh. Oh, what the hell was that? Oh yeah, that's no good. That's no good at all. I thought I saw a wire burn somewhere. Oh yeah, that's definitely not good. Lights are still on in there. That's problematic. Of course, these aren't connected properly yet, so. Okay, that seems to be working now. Okay, let's try this again. Hopefully nothing's toasted. Okay, it's working. A little weird, but we gotta leave room for that wiring, so. They have tried to escape. There's still one missing. Oh, it's in my inventory. right. Now we're pulling quite a bit of power.
Operation critical.
But we also want to do away with these small batteries. So we're going to go ahead and recycle these. Now the drill and the arc welder both have large batteries already, so those are good to go. Do have the recycler on, yes, yes. Should start seeing materials coming into the furnace. Yeah, there we go. Okay. That's good. Let's go have a sip. Now, before we do, we'll let that charge a little longer. This is not charging. That's a problem. I'll have to investigate that in a minute. That should be good enough for now. Did we toast a wire somewhere? That looks intact. Let's try the network analyzer. Seems right. So that's the airlock circuit. Workshop on, unpowered, open. Why is this unpowered? This is all unpowered. Okay. So we've lost all power to the airlock. It's not charging. We burned a wire somewhere. I thought I had seen a spark. But what wire is it? All of the airlock components have power, so it's not downstream of that. As we start pulling panels. There's a wire running along here, right? Yes. This is why fuses are good, because it's a lot easier to find the fault. Really don't want to take that panel out. These devices all have power, so it can't be here. Why is this not? Wait. Okay. Well, at least we've recorded my stupidity for posterity. This is why it's risky to work on wiring that you can't actually see, but you can access it. It's far too easy to cross up, short circuit different circuits. Which is what I did here. I joined this circuit with this circuit. So I had basically two APCs feeding into each other. Then I blew the wire here at the corner. And why do I have two steel sheets left? Oh. There. All better. That was a simple 3-minute job that turned into a half hour. Good stuff. Now, with that taken care of, I'm going to hydrate, and then we'll get to the next part. Alright, so I'm going to make similar improvements over here, But before we do, I think I'm going to improve this building's battery situation. So what I intend to do, here's our recycling. I'm going to take one of these, which is a station battery or a kit battery, but it's a large one. And one of these is getting replaced. Maybe we'll start right here. Let's verify that that is output. Yes, this is the output side. Okay. And there we go. And this will improve our power storage overall. And we can use this one over here. I believe I want to just put it here. It's a bit cramped, but be all right. All right. Let me grab a little more cable. I think I have more over here. Nope. Okay. I've got some in here. Actually, I don't think I want that to be yellow. Well, all right then. Okay. Well, that's got this building's power back online. And a 5 kilowatt fuse. There, that's better. Now, at this point, we're going to let this go because if we have a failure, this is where it'll take place. We're going to leave that in there. My hope is to rework this, and to that end, I do have another station large battery, so we can do the same thing that we've done here and bring a battery to a location. But for now, we're going to save onto that. We've also got some APCs and some more transformers so that we can split up the power usage in this building a bit. I'm going to hold off on that for now because there's another task I want to take care of in this episode. But before I do, just in the interest of safety, we're going to go ahead and put more fuses down in a few different places. Basically all of our major power usage areas. Let's see. Yeah, that'll work. There we go. And we're not currently growing anything, but we do have this powered up. Here. I think we're going to bring that corner around over here. Nice. I don't think our vendor system here, the landing pad and all this, is ever going to have a chance to pull more than 5 kilowatts. So we're not going to worry about a fuse for that. That's got all of our major areas now, though. Another thing we need to do is, with the addition of the nitrice, the nitrogen ice, we need to make sure that we fix our sorting system here. So the ice sorter, because ice counts as an ore, all of it comes through the ore sorter. Everything else is rejected back to the vending machine here. And then the ices are sorted out from the other ores. And we need to make sure that that happens properly with the nitrice as well. During some of my testing, I brought some nitrice in and dropped it in the chute and ran over to the atmospherics plant to watch the nitrogen come into the tank, and nothing showed up. And I came back over here, and this window had actually been damaged. It had gone into here and I guess melted. I don't know if the arc furnace tried to smelt it. I don't know if it would do that. But at any rate, it overpressured that chamber and damaged the window. So definitely need to make sure that our nitrice is part of our whitelist on the ice sorter. Well, that's not great. It's not scrolling the way it's supposed to. There we go. So that's set up. And another thing I would like to do. We're going to handle this. This is our reagent silo. When we recycle something, if you get an alloy that doesn't come out properly, you get balls of reagent mix. And right now we're sorting them and storing them in this silo, and that's fine. But they can be processed back into proper materials. And from what I can tell, it doesn't really have to be the proper pressure or temperature. It just needs to be a hot furnace, and you just pass it through. So we are going to set that up. Need to make some room here. And we're just going to have a chute that feeds straight into the furnace. Now, depending on how we develop this building in the future, we may end up having to move this chute. But for now, this will do. This upper chute is the one that connects to that silo. Go ahead and get these all closed up. So I think we're good to go. And I definitely don't want to forget to close that back up. And now, we've already got the mold open here. We just leave that open. And we purge the reagent mix silo. Let's see what happens. There we go. We've got some electrum, some constantin, and steel. And all of that is from our recycled materials. So that's pretty good. I put this stuff back away for the future when we possibly come in here and rework this. And let's go ahead and get our fuel mixer going again. We still need to refine this furnace control code a bit and get the user interface working for the furnace. I have some ideas, but don't want to work on that until we get the power situation sorted in this building. And I think we may be there. I think we may have this sorted out. But we may need to split things up. In particular, I'm thinking the fuel mixing system may need its own transformer and APC. And we might put the front end of the building on one, and then another transformer to run these. Also, the user interface for the furnace may end up needing its own IC10, and we may just do another APC for that as well. You know, still thinking about it. But for now, I think that's probably going to do it for this episode. We've added some safety measures. We've got our fuses in place. Go ahead and close this back up, I guess, for now. We've got additional storage now. And wow, yeah, we're making a lot of power now with all those new solar panels. That's a big improvement over what we used to have. But yeah, as for now, I think we're in pretty good shape. This building's still going to need some work. And we need to start thinking about our next project too, once we get the furnace completely sorted. Something to manage storing ores and finished ingots.
Hydration critical.
And maybe some work toward getting us a mining rocket up and running would be nice. But I'm not sure yet what we'll do. For now, I'm gonna step in here and have a sip. put these materials back in the machines. Oh, yeah, I usually say what I've done off camera. This time, the only thing I've really done off camera, other than make some parts, was I mined about 400 copper, a little under 400. Needed that for the cables and the big batteries. Doing pretty good on materials. We've got everything is in this one machine. Looking all right. But I think that'll do it for this episode. So for now, thanks for watching. I hope you'll leave comments and suggestions. I'd like to hear from everybody. And until next time, have fun.